Day 5 of the Champions Trophy, the last pool matches, the crowds are rushing in. It's a sellout today, and that's unsurprising because to start it all off, we have the Olympic and World Champions against the #2 team in the world. It's the Dutch against Argentina. Let's join our commentary team, that is Charlie Broom and Marsha Cox.
It's the last day of pool action of the 2016 Women's Champions Trophy, and we start with a clash between the world's two best teams as Argentina, the world #2 side and defending champions, take on the Netherlands, world #1s and reigning world and Olympic champions. Well, neither side has tasted defeat in this competition in London, and as a result have already booked their respective places in tomorrow's gold medal match. As Emi Yamada of Japan takes the ball, she comes out with Claire Adenau of France, the two umpires. Well, these two sides between them have scored over half of all the goals in the women's tournament so far. It's the 22nd edition of the Women's Champions Trophy, and it'll be its 22nd meeting between the two sides. So the teams make their way out onto the park. Heard it is a 100th cap today for Kaivan Marsaka, who has 22 goals in her 100th, or in her 99 appearances so far. So congratulations to her. Now we'll have the national anthems of Argentina and then the Netherlands.
And please remain standing for the national anthem of the Netherlands. As we mentioned a little earlier, the 22nd meeting between these two in the Women's Champions Trophy. Of the previous 21, Argentina have won 8, the Dutch have won 9, and there have been 4 draws. So very little to choose between the top two sides in the world currently. Let's have a look at the two lineups, starting with Argentina. And in their skipper, Carla Rebecki, number 11, they have the tournament's leading goal scorers. 7 goals for her, 6 from open play, 1 from the top of the circle, and she's been ably assisted by number 15, Maria Granato, with 3 field goals. Delfina Marino, perhaps a little quiet in the tournament so far. Will she come to life in the final 2 games?
As for the Dutch, the late change. Kai van Marsacker winning 100th cap was originally on the bench, but Alison Annens had a change of heart. That's very unlike her, so she starts in place of Willemijn Bos. But in their captain, number 7 Maartje Pauwman, they have the competition's second highest goal scorer. She's got 6, all from penalty corners, so Argentina will be well aware of her. And she is ably assisted by their youngster, Liedewij Velten, who also has 3 goals. There are the substitutes for you, and as you can see, Maria Mattia, number 31, who started between the posts in Argentina's last game against New Zealand, is back on the bench. Belen Suki is back between the posts, the number 1 goalkeeper. So Joyce Sombrug and her defensive unit rev each other up for this last pool match. A little acknowledgement from the skipper to her teammate winning her 100th cap, Carla Rebecki, who has really driven on this Argentinian team. Maria Granato, 3 goals, all very well taken. So the scene is set, a dress rehearsal for tomorrow's gold match. Argentina get us underway, attacking the goal to our left-hand side in the light blue and white stripes, with the black skirts today and black socks. The Dutch in their all orange, and alongside me in the commentary box, I'm delighted to say, have the former South African captain and former Olympian Marsha Cox. Marsha, you are obviously based in Holland now, so you know these Dutch players very well. They'll be desperate for the win. There's no sort of holding back just because they're meeting them again tomorrow.
No, absolutely not. I think this game is going to be about getting the win for both teams, actually, so that's what makes it extra exciting. You want to have that mental advantage for tomorrow's final.
In terms of medals, as the ball breaks for Jonker, as Velten goes in front of Jonker. Can she find Velten? No, she can't, but it falls to Dirksen van den Heuvel. Van den Heuvel into Velten, back to Dirksen van den Heuvel, back to Velten. It just runs away from her into the centre of the circle. Zuluoga draws the foul, as Argentina under a little bit of pressure in the opening exchanges of this match. Can the Dutch players put on the pressure again? Certainly pressing high. There's Van Aert, also Dirksen van den Heuvel. Here is Valencia Habib to Marino. And he gives away the free hit, taken quickly. Into the danger area, up off an Argentina stick, so it's going to be a free hit on the outside of the circle. He's taken quickly by Ellen Herg. In it comes! And Van Marle just overran it a little bit.
I think Kitty van Marle will be disappointed to have missed this opportunity to tip the ball in at the second post. I think she over-anticipated the pass.
Good pressure again from Jonker, and Velten hand off the stick. Always in danger of conceding the foul, but the Dutch have set their stall out, Marsha. They are putting the pressure on from the very start. It's a full court press.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be a strength of theirs if they continue playing the full press. Argentina's defense is sometimes a bit shaky, so applying the pressure high up gives you the opportunities to get into their circle quickly and hopefully get the shots on goal. I think this game is going to be about the team that plays the best 1v1 defense. Both teams have extremely exciting strikers, and just their attacking style of play is what makes them exciting for everybody to watch. And you have to have good one-on-one defense when you're playing against exciting attacking players.
Good running, and it's attempted to be put into the circle by Habib, but Pauwman is there to pick it up to Huda, and it's been turned over by Sanchez. Now Sanchez drops it to the right-hand side to Rebecki.
Rebecca. Granato joins the party, but Van As is there to get the ball away.
You see the Netherlands reacting quite quickly the minute Argentina win the ball and start attacking. They get their numbers behind the ball, knowing that the Argentina striker line is quite dangerous.
Down below us, Schoenacker up the line, but you can hear the anguish as it goes out of play. Habib, Florencia Habib, to Marino, who loses out to Schoenacker. Van As, Jonker in front of her. Here is Jonker, back to Van As. Nice little spin from Jonker. Sadly, from a Dutch perspective, she couldn't quite pick out Van As, but a lovely bit of skill. Marino with that strapping up the left leg. It's quite an intense playing schedule, but nothing they aren't going to get in Rio.
Plus the heat in Rio, I guess.
Gabriel Minadeo, who in his first stint as Argentinian women's coach guided them to Olympic bronze. And here's Zuluoga. Support is deep behind her. And Van der Heide on the reverse stick. Still with the Dutch. And it comes, and Jonker is saying that it was a foul from Barrio Nuevo, but Emi Yamada disagrees. Barrio Nuevo. Here is Sanchez. And again the Dutch putting the pressure on. Sanchez with the 3D skills, draws the free hit, which she takes quickly. Barrio Nuevo. Van der Heide. Sanchez doesn't get hold of that. I'm not sure it would have made Maria Granato anyway. Into Keitels, back out again to Van Marsac, and it's a totally different approach here from Argentina to the Dutch. When the Dutch have the ball, they're just sitting off on the half-court press, allowing Holland to play it around the back.
Yeah, Argentina have a really fast counter-attack, and we've seen them earlier on in this tournament exactly doing that, winning the ball on the halfway line and then just attacking at speed and very direct. And in the past, it's worked for them, and I think that they want to test it against the best team, the other best team at this tournament.
Ball out to the right-hand side, Schoenacker. Van Geffen's got some space to run into first. Time to Dirks van den Heuvel. Dirks van den Heuvel cuts back inside, gets the foot of Aguirre. Free hit to the Dutch. Willemijn Bos. Foot inside, it was a call from the off umpire, Claire Adeno. And the umpire's working in tandem. First penalty corner of the match.
Bosch just plays it really smart. She's the defender that's pushed through in the attacking line and knows that the advantage has to win the penalty corner.
The Dutch have scored 7 from 22 penalty corners, a conversion rate of 31%. The tournament average just 16%, 16 from 98. Marla prepares to inject, and well, Palman's not on the top of the circle. It's Bos, number 7, and Van Marsacker, number 13. Van Marsacker goes high, and Suki makes the save with the left glove. Back in by Van Marsacker, cut out by Pilar Amang. And some defensive equipment on the part, which has just been put behind by Barrio Nuevo.
And perhaps Argentina a little lucky not to concede a penalty corner for not getting the equipment off the park.
Yep. The rule is that you've got to get the equipment off the park. So, as you mentioned, they're quite lucky not to be penalised for it.
The score might have had a shout for a dangerous ball off the keeper's glove.
Yeah, it's quite nice to see Van Marsacker going in high from the top of the D. Normally we see her flicking the ball low in the corners, and it's quite nice to see that she's got a bit of variation in her penalty corner specialist skill.
Yeah, she took on the duties in the European final here back in August when Palman was injured, scored the 2 goals for the Dutch. They went 2-0 up, but pegged them back and eventually beat them on a shootout. But the Dutch have turned possession over the score into Van Marle, who was burying away, though, who gets a really important touch. Aguirre in a bit of a cul-de-sac as De Waard puts on the pressure, and the Dutch have been relentless for the opening 9 minutes of this match when they haven't had the ball. Fired in from Palman. It's ricocheting around, and it's out on the right-hand side with Van der Poels. Cedres. And Granato has to use her wonderful individual skill to get it out. Here is Pilar Romang. Romang up against Vilhelm Boss. Completely missed that, and it was onto her foot. Well, she's won the free hit. Boss obviously didn't see it, but it was, well, it was right below our commentary position. We had a very good angle of it, but it certainly came up off the foot. Now, Liedewij Veltin leads the charge. Dirkse van den Heuvel to her right. Van Marle going up through the middle. Tried to feed Van Marle, but off the foot of Van der Heide. De Hode. Lovely skill from Liedewij Veltin, but Van der Heide did exceptionally well to stick with the Dutch number 12.
Liedewij Veltin just receiving the ball strong. Brilliant set of skills, but also excellent defense. Nice and strong and physical to win the ball.
See the matches just ticking across the bottom of your screen. Argentina opened up with a 2-2 draw against Great Britain, and then successive victories against the USA, Australia and New Zealand.
Argentina are one of the teams that really enjoy using that skill out of the left defense, just passing the ball down the line with the slight lift. I think their strikers train receiving it, but it always makes it quite difficult for the defenders of the opposition to intercept the ball. But today we see them falling short on that advantage.
And the Dutch beat New Zealand 6-2, Great Britain 2-0, USA 4-1, Australia 2-1. Romang in traffic as well. Zuluoga and Van der Heide, who's under pressure once again, and the Argentinians certainly won't have or haven't come across this sort of pressure in the tournament so far, but it's quickly taken, and a chance perhaps as it's turned around the corner but intercepted by Van Geffen, I think it was. Palman on the sideline, takes himself pass, finds Van Marsacker. Van Marle, first time touch up the line looking for Van As, but Van der Heide, who's covered a lot of AstroTurf in this first quarter, is there to take it away, and another lovely bit of skill from the Argentinian number 20 to get away from Van As. And Marsacker, Veltin drops it off to Hode. Veltin gets it back onto the reverse stick, over the bar, but they carve them open there nicely. Quick interchange of passes by Veltin and De Hode, and Veltin might be a little disappointed she doesn't hit the target.
Yeah, I think she'll be extremely disappointed. A striker of her caliber normally hits it 9 times out of 10 on target, but it was a brilliant set of play with the give and go, and we see the Dutch have been doing that the whole week, and it's given them lots of opportunities.
Well, play on, and Van Marle's in here, goes to the far post, and Jonker feels that she might have been fouled, but she's picked up an injury.
Yeah, we see the defender, I think, getting in quite strong and possibly giving Kelly Jonker a tick on the hand.
I think no, Jonker was shaking it before that she received the pass. It was a little earlier in proceedings, but she's in real pain. Is that a dislocated finger? It looks like she can't look at it. That's usually a giveaway. Yeah, she does look in some pain. So inside the final 80 seconds of the first quarter, Argentina 0, Netherlands 0, but it's been a fascinating game so far. The Dutch with plenty of pressure on the ball when Argentina have it. And Argentina now just starting to pressurise the Dutch a bit higher up the park when they have possession, but both teams having to work really hard to get the ball up to their forward line. Veltin. Sanchez brings it away, up against Veltin. Sanchez wins the free hit. Zuluoga. On the head up. Long for by Van Marle. Hurg to De Waard on the reverse stick, and it's another very good trap, this time by Gomez Fantasia. There is the quarter time hooter, and no score to tell you about in the opening 15 minutes of this last pool match between top two sides in the world. Nothing to split them, plenty of pressure on the ball carrier, but no real action on goal. Argentina 0, Netherlands 0, the quarter time score. Well, Marcia, just that one shot from Liedewij Veltin really that threatened Suchi's goal, and all the little interchange of passes that Van Marle lost, or just missed out on.
Yeah, I don't think that for the amount of attacking opportunities the Dutch have had, I don't think that they'll be pleased with the number of efforts they are getting on the goal. They're not forcing Suchi to make lots of saves, and I think that that is one thing that they'll probably look at and want to improve in this second quarter. Argentina are playing a fairly defensive structure where their defenders are receiving the ball quite deep in their own half. I think that they are so strong going forward and so dynamic in attack that that's probably what they're going to want to expose a lot more in this second quarter.
Gabriel Menendez obviously wants a little bit more from his team. He's kept them just a half a minute longer. Had the whiteboard out. Suchi, definitely the busier of the two goalkeepers. Joyce Sonbrook, who has been a spectator, she's done absolutely nothing in the first quarter. Okay, let's get the views from the Argentinian bench. Abby.
Mateus, Argentina having to withstand so much pressure.
Yes, it's been a bit like a chess match. No one wants to make mistakes. Yeah, we have to. They are pressuring up on our defense, but yeah, we need to play better the ball.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Aviv drops it out to Van der Heide. Aviv gets it back, finds her sister. Augustina, the older, playing it right back. Valencia, the younger, just in front of her. With slightly pinker shoes, otherwise very difficult to tell them apart.
Yeah, it's really difficult to tell them apart, but I think that for Florencia, she would want to have a really good game. She's played the last season in the Netherlands for a club team in the Hoofdklasse, and I think playing against the Dutch international players every single week, she now wants to prove a point and show her her ability.
Rebecki goes to the air. Willemijn Bos makes the tackle. Confirmation that Sombrook has been a spectator in that first quarter. Barrio Nuevo. Oh dear, that's not a good aerial ball from Gomez, and it will invite pressure onto the Argentinian defence for score. Brings it under control. She just couldn't get it out from underneath her feet. She has now. Here is support on the right-hand side. Van der Poels. Finds Dirksen van der Heuvel, who plays it into the defender's leg, and it is another penalty corner. And it is penalty corner 100 of the tournament. And that just shows if Argentina make an error, the Dutch will punish them on the counter-attack.
I think they'll be disappointed in that defense. Noelle Bereniero is one of the most experienced players on this field for Argentina, and I think that she was just ill-disciplined in getting caught flat-footed.
Now wire cam giving us a good view of the top of the circle. Pauwman is here though. She's at the left castle. It is Pauwman, goes low and took a little deflection on the way, did it? But it's past the far post.
It's a good injection and stop, and it looks like a deflection, but I don't think that anybody touched it at all.
Maybe a little skip on the ball, but not too far away.
She'll be disappointed to have missed the target. She was on form at the start of this tournament, and I think is expecting to score lots of goals.
Well, New Zealand, she scored 4, didn't she? Top left, top right, bottom left, and a rebound that went into the other corner.
Yeah, I think she set a standard for herself, and she's got to now step up to it.
Right. Every tournament she sets a high standard and invariably will adhere to it. Campoy loses possession, and Van der Poels releases De Waard, who just has the score to her left, so she drops it out to Van Geffen. And Marla Jonker, whose hand is obviously better, which is good to see. Florencia Habib, and this is Augustina. Barrio Nuevo. Just has a look around, and then this quarter the Dutch have dropped off to a half-court press.
I think that they realize that if they drop off, they'll have a lot more space with their counter-attack. During the high pressure, it gives the Argentina defense an opportunity to stay quite deep, and attacking with so many numbers just means that your space is so much more confined.
Marino couldn't get going fast enough. Pauwman past Florencia Habib. And Geffen. It's beaten everybody. Penny, for her thoughts? Marsha, what do you think?
I think she's talking about the midfield play. We'd like to see...
Turned over by Velton, far in! And it's past the far post. Liedewij Velton missing the target again.
Liedewij Velton just pouncing off a defensive error, putting high pressure. She receives the ball in the circle, and again will be disappointed at not putting Suchi under pressure.
Velton, Ketels, Schoenacker, a bit narrow the Dutch at the moment, but Ketels now has some space. Fires it in the far post, Jonker not too far away from deflecting it goalward.
The Dutch have gotten better at this, just pounding the ball into the circle. They know they've got good players in the 9-yard area, like Kelly Jonker. Just missing it, I get a feeling that they're warming up for their goal.
If there's a goal to beat in this match, you feel it is going to be scored by the Dutch. Decent crowd building up, a sellout today. There are a number of tickets, only 600 actually left for tomorrow, so not many at all. So if you're in the London area and fancy coming to watch the best hockey players, female hockey players in the world do battle, then go to the Great Britain Hockey website, www.greatbritainhockey.co.uk. You can buy your tickets on there. You can print it out, so you don't have to worry about queuing to collect it here. And you can come and watch, well, 7 of the best 6 of the 7 best teams in the world battling it out, but you'll get to see the top 4: Netherlands, Argentina, Australia and New Zealand all playing tomorrow. Belton, Marsaka, Vinneman Boss, and Geffen into Granato, play on. And Geffen, here is De Goede, Velten, bit of space for Levi Velten to run into now. Velten cuts back inside and can't win the penalty corner. Aguirre doing well. Here's a shot, and Velensuki, it is on target, and the follow-up by Jonker gets a deflection or a save. It's a long corner.
Velten does well to just hit.
It's on target again.
Centimeters.
Sorry. Sufi makes the save on De Goede.
Well, that's a bit of hockey that we'd like to see, them actually putting Suchi under pressure. It's a nice tip in from Naomi. And a good save from Suchi.
Boss underneath it. Oh, good steal from Habib. And here is Granato, Rebecca in front of her. Oh, dearie me. Well, it's just a free hit. And Willemijn Bos. That's a little fortunate because Granato was away. She might still be away. And Marsaka, let's have another look at it.
She's shown her strength on the ball, and she definitely was away.
That is surely a penalty corner.
Tackle.
She's put a stick between Granato's legs. There's no way, no attempt to play the ball.
I would agree with you.
We have the hindsight of replay, so we can see the cynicism in the tackle. But Van Ass. De Goede. Gives away the free hit, and she's going to get a card. De Goede picking up her 3rd green card of the tournament. She picked one up against Great Britain, another one up against Australia, and now one here. She obviously wasn't sure about the free hit, and Alison Allen just asking why it was given. It's a difficult one. I guess if she's convinced the free hit's hers and she's trying to play quickly, then she plays on. But I guess it's oh, that's really painful. And Granato is down. That's some. Oh, she looks in real pain here.
It was a hard hit against her body. I'm not quite sure where it's hit her, on the arm or the leg.
I think it's on the right knee, isn't it?
She plays really low, so
that looks very painful. Oh no, well, she's put her knee down on the ground. That's right on the top of the knee. That is really, really painful.
Really hard hit in a short. She wasn't really far from it, actually.
Well,
let's hope that it's a speedy recovery and we see her on the field really soon.
Well, she's going to be fortunate it's not actually on the kneecap, it's just sort of above it, otherwise she'd be in real trouble. I mean, not that she's not in real trouble right now, but it could be a lot worse, I guess.
Yeah, she's going to have a few dimples on her leg.
Well, for the sake of the game and the tournament, let's hope that it's just a superficial knock. Becky, Marino can't be under control. Cedrez loses out to Van Ass. Van Ass runs into Barry Nuevo, who goes the aerial route. Asking a bit much of Rebecca, who doesn't give Van Marsac a 5. Ketels looking for Van Ass. Here's De Waard. Good tackle by Von der Heide, who, apart from having the ball stolen off her by Liedewij Velten, has been very good.
She's been a solid defender for Argentina, and I think the other defenders can take a leaf out of her book. She set a nice high standard for them.
Van Geffen to Van Ass. Marino puts her stick in and then tries to hide it behind her back. Van Geffen. Marsacker to Powman. Jackson van den Heuvel. And free hit to the Dutch. Look at that, no circle penetrations for Argentina. I think Rebecca might have sneaked one in down the left-hand side a little earlier on in proceedings.
Yeah, I think it was briefly in the circle.
It is very much left to right traffic in this first half, but credit to Argentina, they've held firm so far. Berg. Off to Puy, and sideline ball, Van Geffen. Schoenacker, De Waard.
That's a good set of skills from De Waard. It's something that we've been missing from her this whole week in the tournament, and it's nice to see her play with a little bit more freedom and expressing herself a bit. Hopefully we see it more in the rest of this game.
Florencia Habib battling to keep possession.
We're also seeing her a lot more active in this game if we compare to some of the other previous games where she's just played a solid, simple game of hockey, and now we're seeing her more in action.
The Dutch again controlling proceedings. One touch down the line, and here they go again. Velten just overrunning it.
Interesting skill in the outlet, a bit dangerous, but with the lift makes it difficult for the attacker to intercept.
De Waard, Velten to her right. There is Velten up against Gomez. Rebecca finds herself deep. Sanchez gets a stick on the ball. Powman and Geffen. Oh, almost a wonderful piece of skill from Van der Poels. Habib gets robbed by Schoenacker. Oh, it's fingertip stuff from Argentina, isn't it? Such is the pressure from the Netherlands. Well, when they get possession, they can't afford to just bang it down the park and ask the Dutch to come again. They need to change their game plan here. We've got 90 seconds of the first half remaining, and Argentina pretty toothless right now.
Yeah, I think we would have expected to see more of them when they have the ball.
Maybe they are keeping it under wraps for tomorrow. Ball through to Velton, third time she's through on target. This time she doesn't miss. Third time lucky for Leadevai Velton, and you have to say it's been coming. And this time she gets it on target. It's right at the keeper, but Suchi can't keep it out. It squeezes between the pads, and the Dutch have a deserved lead.
This is just such a beautiful pass into the space that eliminates the defenders completely. It just launches Leadevai Velton into space, which gives it the time to get behind that shot, put a lot of power into it, and beat Suchi straight through the legs. I think she'll be really hard. If she's hard on herself, she'll be quite disappointed that it's the near post and straight through her legs. But a great effort from Leadevai Velton.
And she's done by the pace. But Leadevai Velton gets her fourth goal of the tournament, 3 of them from open play, 1 from a penalty corner. And now Argentina, well, they might not have to come out and play. They might be happy just to keep going and conserve energy for tomorrow evening. We hope not.
We definitely hope not. I think we would have expected that from an older Argentinian team a few years ago, but...
Ball in, and well, touch wide of Joyce Sonbrook's goal, I think by Sanchez.
Really strong pass in. Oh, she was just unfortunate to have deflected it out of the field. But this is what I'm talking about with, this is a new Argentinian team where they're not holding back. They've conceded a goal, and exactly a minute after, they get their opportunity on the other end.
Final few seconds of the first half, and Geffen will run the clock down. Has a little look up, sees that there's a matter of seconds remaining. And there is the half-time hooter, and the Dutch have the lead, courtesy of that lady there, Leadevai Velton, who scored her 4th goal of the tournament. It was her 3rd shot at Belen Suchi's goal. This one was on the target. This one went through the keeper, beat her for pace, but the Dutch on top throughout the first half, and they have a deserved lead at half-time. Argentina 0, Netherlands 1.
So, dress rehearsal for the gold medal match. What do you think so far? Argentina really not showing what they really are capable of, and it's the Dutch that lead by a goal to 0 thanks to a bit of magic from Leadevai Velton. So the final pool matches, it's the 2 best teams in the world in front of a packed house. The Netherlands against Argentina. They know they're going to be in the gold medal match. Are they holding anything back? Well, the Netherlands lead by a goal to 0. I think it's fair to say it hasn't been played at such a high intensity. The Netherlands looking very comfortable indeed. They've had the more shots, 9-1, more circle penetrations, 13-1, and more of the possession, and ultimately more penalty corners. But they only lead by a goal to 0. Don't forget, game 2, it's New Zealand against the United States at 2 o'clock, then Great Britain against Australia at 4 o'clock. All 4 of those teams have a chance of making it to the bronze medal match. Sarah Thomas and Mel Clulo are with us. It is fair to say that it hasn't been played at 100%, has it?
Yeah, it's not at the intensity you'd normally imagine from these top 2 teams, but I think the biggest thing we've seen is that Holland have pushed forward and they have attacked down both the left and the right-hand side, and Leadevai Velton getting that ball on goal and scoring in the final minutes of that first half is the difference.
Yeah, Argentina did suggest they were going to hold something back for the gold medal match. They just haven't been really at the races, have they?
No, they haven't. Whether teams are holding things back or not, I don't know. I just think Holland have come out and played how Holland normally play, which is basically suffocating tactics. And they haven't allowed Argentina to get really any pattern of play, any flow to their game. And they've basically stopped the supply line to their most dangerous players.
Yeah, I think for me on that, I think the Netherlands have defended extremely well outside the circle. Sometimes you see teams leaving Argentina get into the circle before they make that tackle, where Netherlands have done really well today in terms of stepping out the circle, making the tackles in there, and not allowing Argentina to pick up any penalty corners.
We didn't think we were going to get a goal, and then we had had almost all the action in the last few minutes, and it's no surprise that Liedewij Velten was the scorer because she's had so many chances already.
Yeah, she had 2 or 3 sighters up until this point, and she was guilty of not putting the ball on target. But it's a great little pass by Zandervaart initially just to put the ball into space. So she picks the ball up here, Zandervaart, and then this ball here just into... Velten doesn't need to break stride, and it's one touch to put the ball ahead. Then she's able to have a little look. It is a goalkeeping error, there's no doubt about it. Belensucci should definitely do better in the Argentina goal. But the warning signs and danger signs have been there, and you have to say when you look at the statistics that the Dutch deserve to be in the lead at half-time.
Yeah, it is very one-sided according to those stats, and the number of chances they created, I mean, I think we've got about 4 or 5 here. They could be at least 3 or 4 up, couldn't they?
Absolutely. I mean, but that's the good thing, is that they always create those chances. You can see the nice pass into Liedewij and going for the shot, and okay, it's gone over the bar on that occasion. She's got underneath the ball a bit more than usual, but they've got a corner here, and Palman, you know, it hasn't dragged out as well as normal. There's not as much pace on that corner for me. The injection's a little bit slower, and Palman, when she's dragging that ball towards goal, it takes a lot of energy into the turf and doesn't get any pace out of it. But for me, that, you know, they've done extremely well in creating those opportunities, and you know, with the Dutch, they certainly will put one of those away, as we've seen from Liedewij's final one.
Yeah, and I've also got a feel for Jonker here. This is what I love about Dutch hockey players. She gets one, a very, very painful one on the hand, and then she's back in the action within minutes.
Yep, and she's back in the danger area, which is where we've seen her all tournament. And, you know, 5 minutes before that, you see her, I think, probably getting a finger put back in place or something. Straight back out there. Yeah,
and Granato, we say about they stopping them. They've stopped them in more ways than one, haven't they, the Dutch? She's been in the wars.
Yeah, she has. I mean, she took a nasty knock from the ball coming out, and yeah, I think I was in the stand watching, and you could hear her on her knee. But yeah, I mean, Granato is one of those players who, you know, she's extremely feisty and you know, really strong, and I'm sure she'll be back on the field in the second half. It just takes a sting at the time.
Yeah, that was Sanchez just at the dying minutes. She thought they might have got her back into it. Let's just have a look around here. It's a great atmosphere, isn't there? Really good atmosphere. Will that lift Argentina? Will they try anything different?
I hope so. You know, I believe it's a sellout crowd today, which I think is absolutely fantastic for, obviously, women's hockey. If Argentina are going to get back into the game, then they have to do something. But as we say, these are the 2 teams that are playing in the final, so maybe it's actually about just conserving some energy and see what tactics we can come up with for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm intrigued because obviously at 0-0, yeah, Argentina playing without the intent and the impact they normally have, but now that goal's gone in, I wonder how they will approach the second half and whether they'll start playing with a bit more intensity to try and get back into this game.
You always look at Granato. We can look at her in the wars a bit. As you say, they don't let her attack the D, and there's one way of doing that, is that sticking a stick between the legs so you don't move, or hit her on the knee.
Yeah, that's the moment we were talking about. I mean, Boss, I think it is there, is trying to do our usual right to left pass, but just has not got hold of this in the right manner. And poor Granatos have been absolutely sniped there on a kneecap, and that really, from experience, that is really painful.
She's gone for the cricketing long barrier. The ball's not going to go, you know, and it is harsh, but that's what you want from your strikers. The ball is not going to go through me. Fortunately, it's missed. It sounds like it's missed the kneecap, and it's probably more of a dead leg than it is a more serious injury to the kneecap. Whether she'll come back and play, because obviously they're going to want her to play in the final or not, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second half.
Okay, yeah, as I say, I think the Dutch team are out, the Argentinian team are out. I can't see if Granato has hobbled her way back out there, but she strikes me as a sort of player that won't let a little injury stop her. We'd just love to see a bit more intensity from the Argentina side, but it's easier said than done. Let's show our commentary team, Charlie and Marsha.
Yeah, no Granato for Argentina at the start of this second half, but there is a change for the Dutch in goal. Annie Veenendaal comes on to win only her 8th cap. She made her debut here in London at the European Championships last summer, and she's the 2nd youngest goalkeeper to make her debut for the Dutch after Joyce Sombroek. So a real talent that's been earmarked by Alison Annan is now on the field. Right, let's hear from Abby.
Well, I can tell you that Maria did hobble down the tunnel. She's now sat in the dugout with some ice on her. Matez, let's hear from you. How is Maria?
Yeah, it was a difficult first half. We didn't play good at all. We will try now to prepare ourselves better for tomorrow.
Is Granato okay, and will she be back out? If not for today, then tomorrow?
Yeah, it was just a hit. She will try now some more minutes, and yeah, it's okay for tomorrow.
She's a brave cookie. Thank you.
Thank you, bye.
Thanks, Abby. Yeah, Marshy, we were talking about Annie Veenendaal during the half-time interval. You know a bit about her being based in Holland.
Yeah, she's a really young goalkeeper who's shown a lot of talent.
Chance hit. Well, Gomez to get it away.
She made a move from Lara at the age of 16 to Amsterdam, and what you see in the Netherlands is you see a lot of the young players moving to the top teams to make that extra step in their performance, and she was based at the same club as Joyce, so it just meant that her opportunities to play as she got older and better would have also been minimalized, having the Dutch best keeper.
Well, here's a chance, this chance for Argentina, and Veenendaal in on the action straight away. Marino just scuffing her shot. That sums up Marino's tournament right now. Turned over by Ketels into Jonker. On the Haders there once again.
She's just having a brilliant game for Argentina, isn't she?
Oh, the ice still on the knee for Granato. Alison Annan coached at Amsterdam, didn't she, as well? So she knows all about Veenendaal.
She certainly does. She coached Veenendaal in her first hoofdklasse season for Amsterdam.
Jonker feeding it into Van As, up into the body of Gomez. And so it's a free out to the Dutch.
To be fair, Alison has also coached a number of these players, as there are quite a few that have played for Amsterdam as well. And she was also the Dutch under-21 coach, where she would have also coached a number of these players. So they've got a good understanding of each other.
And Marsaka. Into Lisa van den Heuvel. Boss for Marsaka. Schernaka. Nothing given. Oh, again, that looked on the foot, and I think we might get that referred if that goes in. Marino wins the... Oh, no, she doesn't. She takes it out. It's a Dutch ball on the sideline, and Argentina... Oh, it's a little cold, but the Dutch don't take it in the right position, so Marina has a chance to get back into the defensive position. Van As. And Geffen. Velten. The difference between the two sides still going. Habif having a little nibble. And eventually gets there with the jab tackle. Cool and collected is Gomez, but she's under all sorts of pressure from Jonker. Mario Nuevo. Sanchez. Nuevo wins the free hit.
That's exactly what you want to do when you're so deep in your defensive zone and you're under a lot of pressure. You just want to win a free hit, settle the game, and give your midfielders and strikers the opportunity to get into position again.
Schönlecker trying to win it back, and they've done that, and here's a chance for Ketels. Ketels against Van der Heide. That's lifted into the knee of Ketels.
I think you could argue that it was below the knee.
Good job, she's very tall. Barrio Nuevo. Augustina Habib. Oh dear. Just took her eye off the ball as it arrived. Van As has Marla to her left, back to Van As.
A poor receive as she enters the circle. somebody of her caliber, I think you would consider that just squandering your chances at something at goal.
Van Geffen's going to pick up a card for the push on Marino. Green card for Margot Van Geffen. First of the tournament. Habib. Granato's back on the park. Doesn't look to be moving. Well, she looks okay there. Just watching her run. Oh, she seems okay, which is good to see. The score. Under the arm to Velten, he comes in field to Jonker, and there's space on this right-hand side for the Dutch. Nice ball forward from Van der Poels. Velten up off the stick, and it is a penalty corner, but what a counter-attack that from the Dutch.
One of the advantages of Velten is that you can play the ball into space and you know that she's away. She just does really well to win the penalty corner, especially when they're one man down.
Up off Aguirre. So, player light. Geffen one of the stoppers though, so might have to change that one around. Indeed, just the one castle. Paumann 17 and Marsacker 13. In it comes, and it is going to be Paumann. Drags it low off the stick player and across the face of goal by Eva de Hoda. And it remains 1-0.
Eva de Goede with the good injection. Paumann playing it on target and just missing it on the far post from Eva de Goede. Also quite interesting to see her on the injection. Normally she's one of the players on the top of the D in the penalty corner.
Down the line from Rebecca. Marino wins the long corner. Some stop on the reverse stick by Julia Gomez in front of her keeper. Ball in. The first touch is a bit heavy from Dupuy. Granato just lays it off. Long corner off Paumann. Gomez. Habib. Into the head of the D. Van der Poels. Up against Aguirre. Free hit Argentina. Oh well, we had one umpire pointing for Argentina and one for Holland, but Emmy Yamada, the right of screen, wins the day for the Dutch.
Just getting a warning for being so physical. We're seeing a lot of physical challenges out there. What's nice to see is that both teams are getting stuck in and getting physical in the game. And when you're both giving it, it's just a matter of whoever the umpire sees, I guess.
Here's Van der Poels into the circle. Barry Nuevo is there. Jonker trying to apply some pressure. Cedrez gets it back from Aguirre, who's in a spot of bother down there. Aguirre spinning out. Barry Nuevo will now take over. Nuevo up the line to Rebecca, still going. Carla Rebecca, nice skill from the Argentinian captain. Rebecca bringing it forward, support on the right-hand side, still weighing up her options, still going, looks for Granato. Granato, lovely skill, Granato into the circle, gets stuck behind her, pulls at the trigger at the top of the circle, and it's cleared. It was actually Dupuy who got the shot, but good to see Granato not feeling the effects of that knock, not right now anyway. And the first real meaningful attack by Argentina, and some lovely skill from Rebecca to set it up. Maybe that can lift them. Habib trying to get the ball across to Hoda, comes to intercept. Hoda and Dirks van den Heuvel combine. Still not running 100% freely, but look at this.
Just a beautiful run by Carla Rebecca, showing exactly what she spoke about earlier this week. Argentina play very direct in their attack, wanting to attack the circle. Renata attacking the center of the field again. And I think she was just unfortunate not to have gotten some power behind that shot on goal.
Zandervaart actually getting her stick on the ball, so the attacker doing a lot of tracking to get back there.
Yeah, that's what we've seen the Dutch do really well. I think they know the strength of Argentina is their quick counter-attack, and they've just been getting their numbers behind the ball, which is just stifling the attacking opportunities of the Argentinians.
So still Liederwijs Velten's goal on the 29th minute, separating these two sides. Argentina showing a little bit more desire to get forward in this second half. Powen. Boss. And De Pauls, Dirks and van den Heuvel all unmarked. Zuluoga getting it away, but heavens above, the Argentinian defence went AWOL there. But fortunately for Las Leonas, Dirks and van den Heuvel couldn't get it out from underneath her feet.
This is a beautiful pass in from Charlotte van der Pols. She sees the free player. And good defense from Noel.
Dupuy brings the sideline ball.
That's the thing with Bereniova. You think that you've beaten her, but she's just a smart defender and somehow just comes in and gets a stick in the way.
Here she is now on the ball. Goes the aerial route. Habib and Granato go to meet the ball. Oh, Philomine Boss, he's got to be careful. Habib takes it. Right, this time it's been overruled. I think for Habib not being 5. And Marla trying to get it from underneath her feet. Cedrez is there. Takes the free out quickly onto the foot of Van Ass. Zuluoga. Oh, Rebecca can't bring it under control. Here by Schernacker to Ketels, to Van Ass. And Marla, Mario Nuevo is there. So is Van Ass. Sideline ball, Argentina. Gomez. Zuluoga. Off the sticker to Vard. Taken quickly by Dupuy. Howman. Granato's there again, still going Granato. Got the foot of Schernacker, but advantage being played. Zuluoga. Sideline ball, Argentina, which Zuluoga will take. Aguirre got some space, and it's the foot of Schernacker on the edge of the circle. Final minute of this third quarter. Still going Argentina into the circle and across the face of goal, and Van Ass takes it out of the danger zone. And that's his turn to be stuck in the corner. Free hit to Argentina. Ball across, here's a chance, Zuluoga on the reverse stick. Over the top of the bar. Well, she did really well, the defender, to get the ball away and shoot, but she couldn't keep it down. And that is the end of the third quarter.
It's so nice to see that Argentina are playing a lot more attacking, with Zuluaga actually the right defender coming in and having a backhand shot on the top of the circle.
Well, with 15 minutes left to go, it's still Argentina 0, Netherlands 1. A lovely view of the Olympic Park, the velodrome there, and the Olympic Stadium just to the right. Let's have a look at some of the highlights from this third quarter, and that was the miss by Evita Hoda. Comes back, it's a really good chance for De Hoda, who's pretty much got an open goal to aim at.
I don't think she realized how much time and space she had to play that on goal.
So, the last chance here for Argentina to try and get back in this one. Can Rebecca keep her record of scoring in every match at this Champions Trophy going?
I'd like to see that.
Hasn't seen too much of the ball, has she, in this game? No, the only one who has is Granato. Okay, let's cross into the crowd. Abby, who are you with?
Yeah, it's very loud around here because just behind the Dutch bench, there's 22 guys and girls with orange hats on, and you, sir, are...
I'm Doug.
And Doug is from Birmingham. I was expecting to hear a Dutch accent, I'm not going to lie. So tell me why you're supporting the Netherlands.
We went to the Hockey World Cup a couple of years ago in Den Haag. It was a fantastic experience, and we basically adopted the Dutch as our second nation now. So,
Will you back here tomorrow?
we're not back, well, hopefully back here tomorrow, see if we can catch some tickets later, but currently not.
What do you make of their performance so far?
Dutch the strongest team so far. I'm surprised they're probably not 2 goals up at the moment, but I think there's probably 2 or 3 more goals in this.
Well, we hope so. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you.
Well, Doug needs to get online to get his tickets. It was a great event in the Den Haag football stadium. They converted the Den Haag football stadium into an AstroTurf, and it was quite some scenes, wasn't it? Marsha, you were playing in that one, weren't you?
Yes, I was. It was a lovely tournament to be part of, with both the men and ladies playing at the same time.
Still alive here for the Dutch. Got it, Van der Heide there again. Van der Poel's doing well. Gomez to Van der Heide down the line, looking for Granato. He comes across and it's the sideline ball off Willemijn Vos. Forward it goes, and a chance here. Can she keep it in? She can. Gets it strong across the face of the goal, looking for Rebecca, and it's the first penalty corner of the match for Argentina. And good work by Habib to win it.
Granato does really well to play the ball into space, and Florencia Viv getting on it and playing it into the circle, allowing Carla Rebecca the opportunity to just put pressure on the defense and force an error.
Well, Barcelona's fans have been waiting a while for this. Zuluaga and Rebecca at the top of the circle. Zuluaga to the right, the taller of the two. Rebecca with the captain armband round her left leg. In it comes, it's gone to Rebecca. Rebecca gets hold of it into the #1 runner, still going. No one's appealed for anything. It's a corner again. And Marsak has taken a blow. I think the umpire should take it upon herself to refer.
I don't go throw for penalty corner. Impossible. Do you want? Come. Corner. Please, close to me.
But corner
Yeah.
for Argentina.
Why?
because it puts it
Emmy
here.
Yamada,
Please trust me.
Claire Adenote.
Play.
But they want to refer. I thought
I
you-
don't understand.
No,
It's
yeah.
her. Yeah.
But did she want to refer?
Yes.
I talked to you that it was a corner because of the
Yes,
foot.
please
So,
speak.
yeah, it's right in hand, but you didn't show. So what is your decision?
I didn't blow.
So, okay, so you go to the... I give a corner for...
You give?
Oh,
Yes.
there's a real
Yes.
mix-up going here.
So,
Here.
so
Sorry.
you will.
And now the Dutch will refer.
Yeah.
Outside goal, I go, inside goal.
Okay. Do you want it? Okay. They want to dangerous. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
So the Dutch refer.
Dina, can you hear me? Please check for dangerous ball by Argentina.
Okay, so Netherlands referral for a dangerous ball.
Okay, let's have another look. Now that's going wide of the mark. That should be.
Okay, Emmy, I have a decision for you. There was a dangerous ball, free hit out. Netherlands keep their referral.
Thank you.
Oh, we got that. The Dutch have the free out.
In a situation like that, where there's a bit of uncertainty, you actually want the umpires to have a little bit of a discussion about it and get the call right. In the end, it's the correct call that was made.
Yeah, difficult. English not being the first language. Sanchez drops it out. Granato does well to keep it alive. Here goes Granato. Granato cutting in field. Granato still going. And gives away the free hits, shielding the ball with her stick. So there's just a buzz of excitement when she gets on the ball.
I definitely expect something exciting to happen, and I've never been let down every single time she gets the ball. The Netherlands defense have done really well. They just crowd her with 3 players, making it a little bit more difficult for her to show off her skills.
Ketels, Victor van den Heuvel, for score in motion in front of her. Here is Verscore. Van Marle's in the, just on the edge of the circle. Here she is, Van Marle tries to get the ball across. Aguirre gets the stick there in time. Granato just turns Palman one way and then the other. Here's the free hit.
She's just phenomenal. She's such a young player that stepped onto this international scene, and she's just not being intimidated by other world-class players that she's playing against.
Card for Palman. 5 minutes rest for Palman. Maybe that was just when I think she either was talking back, or maybe when she was turned inside out, she just flung the stick down at Granato. No real attempt either way. She's picked up a yellow. Now, space on this right-hand side. Zuluoga, really good trap from Zuluoga. Fires it into the far post, just dinks it into the turf, just topped it a little bit. But there's space at the back here for Argentina.
Yeah, it's lovely to see them on attack more, forcing the Dutch strikers to come deep in their own defense.
Well, the Black Sticks are arriving for their game against the USA. There is Craig Parnham, head coach of the United States, and they'll be looking forward to this one, having got the better of the host Great Britain on Thursday evening by 2-0, and the winner of that New Zealand-USA game will book themselves a place in the bronze medal game. Van As turns possession over, ball inside, and here is De Waard. De Waard through. Gomez still going. This is Van As now. Van As into the side netting.
Both Vanessa and De Waard like playing the give and go, and you see them playing a good combination. Interesting that she plays the backhand shot from such a difficult angle. She's got such good skill on her. You would expect her to rather choose to win the penalty corner when you've gone into such a poor angle.
Or maybe she sees Velton's goal go through the keeper and she thinks, well, if I can get it on target, who's to say it won't come back into the centre of the circle for a follow-up opportunity, or it indeed beats the keeper.
Absolutely. I guess when you're in the circle, you also want to score.
Well, Velton has some space and the Dutch are a player light, so I'm not quite sure how that happens. Still going leader by Velton. And shows a bit of disappointment not getting the call, but Granate now on her bike and has Dupuy outside it. Dupuy can't keep it in. Boss, Marino putting her under pressure. Rebecca looks to pressurise Schoenecker. Van As, De Waard. Van As again, Schoenecker. Stepping in is Dupuy, but she's missed the ball for a second time in the space of a minute. And here is Van der Poels. Oh, and Hurg, excuse me, Hurg down the line. Inside is Van As. Up steps the defensive line. And the leader. Aguirre trying to pick out Marina. That's a very difficult ball to bring under control. Fancy dress, the order of the day over in that part of the stadium. Dirks van der Heuvel. Schoenecker. Down the line to Dirks van der Heuvel. You wouldn't guess that the Dutch are a player light. That's back into the danger zone. And Gomez wins the free out. And Geffen penalised for the challenge on Rebecca. Granate takes. Habif. Zuluoga to the right. Here is Zuluoga. Up the line, and Marino wins a long corner. "20 shots, just the one goal." Gomez fakes for the cross on the reverse stick, still going Gomez, pulls it back. Dirks van der Heuvel is there. And off Granato. Sideline ball to the Netherlands. In fact, it's a free out, which Schoenecker will take note.
We see Argentina putting the high press on the Netherlands at the moment. But what the Netherlands have been doing really well is their midfield line has been quite dynamic in their movements and moving behind the Argentinian line, making it quite possible for them to get out of those defensive areas.
Velton and her combining well to bring the ball away, but the Dutch doing very well with player lights, but Palman back on the park, so the opportunity has gone for Argentina. Pilar Romang comes into Marsaka. Habib wins the free hit. Dirks van der Heuvel clearly not 5, but play on allowed. Rebecca, Carla Rebecca into the circle. Kept alive well by Marino, and onto the stick of Palman and behind for a long corner. Romang. Chance here. Free hit to Argentina. Sanchez on the reverse stick, and it comes. And the deflection from Pilar Romang draws the save from Annie Wienendahl.
This is a beautiful piece of play. It's what we want to see from Argentina, getting the ball on goal, forcing the young goalkeeper to make some saves.
Aguirre wants the ball. It's back with... It's a sideline ball, not a long corner. Inside the final 5 minutes then. Still that goal just before the half-time hooter separating the two. Here is Jonker. Jonker being hassled by Aguirre. Aguirre gives away the free hit. Sanchez leaves the ball. Van Ass. Dirks van den Heuvel. Van Marle. The stick of Barrio Nuevo. Marsaka. Palman. A rare error from Palman. Marino into the midfield now. Options in front are Pilar Romang here and Carla Rebecchi to the left. Here is Romang. There's the long corner. Zuluoga. Barrio Nuevo. Late pressure from Argentina as they go hunting for this equalising goal. Ball across from Marino. That's good work from Dirks van den Heuvel. Forward, deep in the heart of her circle, with a solid trap and clearance. Radno apologising for the error. Barrio Nuevo. Zuluoga. Here she is, little look up. Tries to slap that one into the circle. Van Marsacker is there. And Dirks van den Heuvel wins the free hit.
Dirks van den Heuvel has been doing a good clean-up job for the Netherlands. Argentina are putting on the pressure, which was nice to see. And she's just been there to sort of keep them out.
Sanchez, Rebecchi. Well, Argentina know tomorrow they're going to have to find another couple of gears if they're going to win this tournament.
Yeah, I got the feeling that they took too long to get into that next gear in this game.
Marino again having a difficult game. Valas, Berg. There's Veltin outside it. Here is Veltin with space to run into. Veltin into the circle. Veltin pulls it back across the circle. Devard can't bring it under control, but she's got possession now. Devard on the right-hand side of the circle, down the baseline to Jonker, 2-0. Kelly Jonker sweeps in from a couple of yards out and seals the deal for the Dutch.
Such a crucial time in the game to get that second goal, and as you say, just seal the game off. It's a brilliant piece of play by Velter. Unfortunate deflection from the defender, but De Vaart does well just to keep the ball on his stick, finding the space for Kelly, who comes in front of the defender.
Yeah, it's good work by Jonker, who steps in front of Barrio Nuevo. That half yard there gives Barrio Nuevo no chance at all.
And you see De Vaart just getting her eyes up as she has the ball. She just keeps it strong on her stick, and you actually see that eye contact. This is exactly what you're looking for when you're carrying the ball on the back line. That combination play.
So Kelly Jonker with her third goal of the tournament, all of them from open play.
Kelly Jonker is one of the hardest players to defend. Her timing of when to get in front of the defender is probably one of the best in the world, and you see her often scoring those types of goals in that 9-yard area.
Well, that makes the dislocated finger a little less painful. Veltin picks up just inside her own half. And from a Dutch perspective, it'll be a second clean sheet of the tournament. Veltin inside the final minute. Veltin. Oh, here she goes again. Not for the first time. We see the silky skills of Liedewij Velten. I think Maria Granato can do. Liedewij Velten can do as well.
Well, I think what's advantageous about the Dutch is that they've got a number of players that in the dying seconds of the game, you could leave them on the ball to just run circles around the opposition defense and keep the ball on their stick.
Aguirre. In the way, vote. Marsake gets it out. Crowd countdown. It's all over, and Argentina will go away and have to work out how they can play better tomorrow in the gold medal match. The Dutch worthy of their win. Kelly Jonker scoring a couple of minutes before full time after Liedewij Velten had given the lead about a minute and a half before half-time. So scoring at crucial times in the match, the Dutch, and they set down the marker, the psychological marker for tomorrow's gold medal match, because in the final pool match for Argentina and the Netherlands, it's finished Argentina 0, Netherlands 2.